Thank you, everyone, for holding. We are now joined with head coach Matthew Graves of South Alabama. If you have a question for Coach Graves, please press *1 at this time to get in the queue to ask questions. Again, that's *1 to get in the queue to ask questions for head coach Matthew Graves of South Alabama. The Jaguars are traveling to Troy, Alabama tomorrow to take on the Trojans before they host Appalachian State this weekend. Coach Graves, before we get to questions, please give us your thoughts on the season so far and your expectations as the season goes on.
Well, I think it's been an exciting early season to the Sun Belt. I really like the format with the travel partners, and obviously after these next two games, everybody will have played everybody. So it's you get a better, more clear picture of where exactly things are in the standings, and I think it's going to be an exciting race to the finish to not only see who wins the conference, but who ends up being those 8 teams that go and compete for the ultimate championship. And certainly we've got a lot of work ahead of us. We've struggled here early in the conference season, and we need to get things going back in the right direction tomorrow night, starting at Troy.
Thank you, Coach Graves. As a reminder to our members of the media, please press *1 at this time to get in the queue to ask questions for head coach Matthew Graves at South Alabama. Coach, before we get to questions, just want to ask you about the emergence this year of Georgie Boyanoff. I hope I said that right.
Yes.
Yeah, he's one of the top rebounders in the conference, and also one of the top 30 in scoring. I mean, what has his emergence this year done for your team?
It's really helped us with our ability to have a post presence and somebody to score around the basket. And Georgie's been with us. This is his 3rd year in the program, and that's what you expect older players in your program to do, is to develop and get better. And I really think that Georgie is one of those players that continues to work on his game, and he's expanded his game even more this year. And I think when it's all said and done, he's going to be the type of kid that we need to be able to rely on to get 10 and 10 on any given night. And I'm just really proud of how much he's grown and developed in these last couple of years.
Coach, your non-conference slate was quite challenging. I mean, playing at North Carolina State, at LSU, at Middle Tennessee, neutral court against Belmont. I mean, these are some of the premier teams, either in the high major or mid-major level, that you've gone on the road or neutral court to play. What was really the goal of doing that, and has it helped with your team as you go into conference play?
Well, I think the goal certainly was to expose our team to some different styles of play, and then also, we were able to get on, national TV with the LSU and NC State game, and certainly you want to give yourself a chance to, to play well and have some recognition on a national level, playing those types of schools. And with Belmont, you get a one of the best mid-majors in the country. So I think playing all those teams and programs, it really gives you a sense of where you might be in your program and some things you really need to work on. And, certainly it wasn't a great non-conference for us, but I think, we found out some things that worked well, and we've made some tweaks moving forward. And, I think it has helped us in conference play. Unfortunately, our win-loss record would not indicate that, but our first game in the conference play against Little Rock, we were, right there until the very end, and I think Little Rock is having an outstanding, season. So I think in this league this year, I think 1 through 11, anybody is capable of beating anybody on any given night.
Thanks, Coach. One follow-up question. You mentioned the Little Rock narrow loss, and also the victory against UT Arlington in overtime. It seems like your team has played close with 2 of the upper echelon teams in this conference. Do you feel like that your team is very close to turning the corner and improving and getting into the conversation of being a top 8 team and competing for a conference tournament bid?
Yes, there's no question. We are right there, and the frustrating thing, from a player standpoint and from the coaching staff standpoint, is we've got to be able to show the consistency. We need more consistent effort from game to game, because the blueprint's there. We've seen it. We've been successful against the best teams in this league, and we have the talent and ability to do it. We've got to just continue to show that consistency and growth, and once we do that, we're right there. And I think that's the next step for us in this program is to be able to consistently show our growth and maturity in being able to play consistent every game.
And Coach, one final question. Besides you mentioning how consistent your team needs to be, what area of your team are you looking to improve on as we head down the stretch run in conference play?
Well, we need to be much more efficient with our offense. We struggle at times with our shot selection and our just overall decision making, and we need to be a little bit more patient. We want to play fast. There's no question about that, but we've got to be able to make better decisions, as we move forward. And as we continue to do that, I feel like we've got enough guys that can score the basketball. And on most nights, our defense is giving us a chance to be in games. And I think if we show more consistency with our offense and a little bit more patience, I think that's going to give us an even better chance to compete on a night in and night out basis.
All right, thank you, Coach. That's all the questions we have today. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
All right, thanks. You as well. As a reminder to our members of the media, we will be back here shortly with head coach Bob Marlin of Louisiana Lafayette.